Hey, ooh, what's up, you guys? It's me, Bad Rob, wearing my bad button-ups and playing some bad Isabelles. You know, just the usual things you do on a Friday night at 10 p.m. So, a few things to address. I hope you like the new thumbnails. Last night, I got real sick, and so I laid on my stomach, passed out, woke up, and was given a godly inspiration to make thumbnails. Just kidding. I have some really good friends that had some good suggestions for me. So I woke up at 2, couldn't fall back asleep, but I was feeling much better. So I thought, well, I ought to put this time to use. So decided to go ahead and make some thumbnails. I hope you like the Isabelle cheese. I think I'm funny. I don't know. But yeah, in addition to that, I also changed the titles, making it a little bit more concise, eliminating all the numbers. I realized why have a new value, why have the old value and the new value when you can go one episode back to find out what the old value is. You know, it's just little things like that that over time you find little ways to improve what you're doing. So yeah, today we're gonna be. Oh well, I guess I ought to talk about the new value. After I finished making these thumbnails, I still couldn't fall asleep. So I decided, well, what if we just stayed up till 6 a.m. playing Smash games? You know, I could get a head start on some videos, and wow, I lost a lot, as you can tell. It's a little depressing, I won't lie. I played some games, and today, you know, in the moment I couldn't really reflect on them because I was really tired and kind of frustrated, and I was like, well, I will think about this later. So I had some time to reflect on it today, and I played a couple of games with a really good Peach, and I sort of realized in my head, like, okay, I know what I need to do. Like, I know what I was doing wrong, and I know how to not fail. So when we play a Peach again, I'll be sure to save that replay so we can talk about that and what I sort of discovered is the way to handle that situation. You know, it just happens. You don't always play your best. So I didn't play my best last night, but hopefully I'll have some really good videos for you in the future, including losses. Today we're going to be looking at 3 wins, though, to sort of, you know, repair my broken ego at this point. And we are sipping on water. Hold on. Grabbing it. All right, I got it. Ooh, tasty. Maybe I got so sick because all I consume is coffee. That's something I ought to look into. Anyway, so without further ado, let's go ahead and just pop these videos open and talk about them. Some interesting stuff today. Analyzing these before recording. Some things that I realize I really need to work on. So we're playing a Cloud. You'll be happy to know that, hey, I win this game. It only takes 6 minutes. Excuse me. But a lot of things I feel I did better. Pocketing way more of those side Bs. You're going to see that a lot in this game. And then using them to sort of try to do something and just not falling for certain gimmicks. So, let's talk about that right there. So, you see how I placed the mine like right on the ledge? I don't know. There's something recently, I've been going so far to the very end of the stage to place a mine. I've realized this is a horrible, horrible habit. Having a mine, and I don't do it in my other games, but having a mine... way more closer to the center of the stage is so important. Having it right there on the edge is terrible. It leaves me with very little options, and no one's gonna step on it. So yeah, I do that a lot in this game. Thankfully, I don't get, like, you know, I still win. But yeah, that was not good. So that's something I definitely need to take time to work on. And another thing you're gonna see is I'm just getting really sloppy with my side B fishing hooks. Maybe I'm just using them too much, so I'm not trying to appreciate them. Really proud of that shield at that moment. Shielding, I know, is another thing I need to really work on, so I'm really proud of that shield. But, like, that's a good placement for a mine right there. That's a good defensive mine. It sort of gave me a little bit of protection, and it's, you know, it's difficult to think about. That one's for respect, so, you know, he doesn't come up on me. Probably could have grabbed that. Wasn't expecting it, though. Was expecting a simulator forward tilt. I don't know. So he's in his limit break. I mean, come on, if you're going to give it to me that easy, I guess I'll grab it. I guess I'll pocket that bad boy. I try to catch him on, like, maybe, like, a get-up attack or something. I needed to be a little bit farther away, and, I don't know. Probably just should have held onto it a little bit longer. Maybe wait for a jab combo, and then buffer a B in order to get that insta-kill. But regardless, we still get that kill, that stock. But yeah, with the side B on the fishing hook, they've been really sloppy recently. They're not the full distance. If you do not throw a full distance fishing rod, you're gonna get punished. There's no way around it. Very rarely are those gonna catch anyone or do anything for you. So that's something I need to work on a lot that I realize. I catch them in 2 really great mines right there. And you know, at this point, what I really need to think about is if I catch someone in a mine like that 2 times in a row, next time I do it, they're gonna try something else to escape it because they don't want to deal with it. And that's what I should have learned in a situation coming up, and we'll talk about it when we get there. But right now, I'm just sort of waiting for the limit break to go out, and it goes out, and I win. So I place this mine down, and I should have figured he's not going to fall for that a 3rd time. He's going to try to do a spot, like an air dodge. And I mean, of course, I have to guess which direction it's going to be. And that one I try to react to, but I'm just not fast enough, and it should have been a smash attack. Absolutely. If they're going to give me a free air dodge like that, I can totally abuse that. He does a spot dodge. I do a jump into a down air, and that should have been an up throw, and that's a tricky one. I feel like most people would not do an air dodge right there, probably do some sort of attack instead. But look at that short fishing rod. If I didn't, if I got a full fishing rod, that would have been a hook, throw up, and we're good to go. So I need to go into the training mode and just spend some time doing that, just doing that and perfecting that. I mean, that fishing hook was a joke. I don't know what I was thinking there. Of course, he's a sword character. He's going to try to get to me. I can't just fishing hook in such an awkward position. Using fishing hook when I'm desperate for a kill, I need to investigate better kill options without a doubt. Doing nair into a shield and then buffering a jab and then going into... I mean, at this percentage, I'd murder him with a smash attack if there's enough sort of hit lag, hit stun that I could be able to get it. So I try to yoink that one too, because I mean, come on, like, you're gonna make it that easy for me? Like, I have so much time to react. I love that. I love getting time to react. That one I just hop over and try to do something, but then I get a little scared. That was a good fishing hook, just not the right distance, maybe not the right situation, but it doesn't end bad for me. Using slingshot to cover either his approach or the side Bs. That side B does catch me. I figured I was staying on the edge a little bit too long, but as I do my get up, I do a jump and into a nair and steal that one. So, I mean, hey, go ahead, slide onto my mine. I love it when you eat those. Love that for me. I love it for you too. Just because, you know, I want to feed you, you know. I know you're hungry. You're hungry for these Isabelle cheese. Well done. Yes, I do like to jump on the stage every time. So, punish that, please. I could have done a roll or something like that because he was hopping around a lot. So I could have figured, oh, you know, I can probably roll and be safe here unless he does a back air. So that was a good mine catch. Try to get another one, but hey, what? You're going to try to get away from it? Nah, I'll just do an up air. So once again, trying to wait something out. So see, that defensive mine right there, not right next to the edge, gave me a little bit of a saving grace because I didn't die to a limit break. Well, I wouldn't have died, but, you know, it gave me a little bit of something. So right there, that's really good for me. Fishing hook was not the option. It should have been a down air, probably. Fishing hook, I just don't know how I feel about... I used to be really good at fishing hook to grab people as sort of an edge guard. I feel like either people got better at avoiding it or I got worse at doing it. I'm not really sure, but I know there's some characters that can fall for it really easily, but I just got to figure it out for myself. So, I mean, he whiffs that limit break. Not good on his part. Would not recommend doing that. So I get him with a nice... I don't really know what I was thinking with that fishing hook. I thought maybe he was going to try to go down, but I mean, but if I do it so early, if I do it like as a prediction, that gives him time to say, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to go above then. I want to make sure my audio levels are good. Yeah, they should be fine. We'll see. If it's not, we'll scrap this and no one will know. But if we don't scrap it, now you know I was worried about it. But don't be worried about it, because look at that play. Look at that. So I thought to myself, okay, mine is covering a rollout, so I'm going to hop up here. And if he does a get-up attack, yoink. If he does a jump, yoink. If he does a roll onto the ledge, mine. And at his percentage, probably would kill. So options were looking really good for me there. So I just thought, hey, I'll give it a try. We'll see if it's any good. And it was. So yay me. The Pikachu matchup. So Isabelle's worst characters are going to be versus Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Kirby, anyone who's small. And it's just because you can't, your only forward approach option pretty much is, area-wise, is going to be your fair. And they're just so small, so if they stay on the stage, they're not going to get hit by it. And if they, jump, they're still hard to hit with it. You can really only get them if you do like a down air or a down, a down throw or a fishing hook downward, and then you can kind of catch them on it. And I do that once or twice in this video. But that's what makes this hard. So having to adjust to that is difficult. I don't know when he does it really. It's sort of like an approach onto stage, but he does his up B to kind of cover area of the ledge, and I can't really. It's hard to predict and do something about it. I could have done more blocking. I grab more of his projectiles because those do 17 damage, and that is no joke. So I be sure to grab a couple of those. And so I say, hey, I want to eat that Thunderbolt. You can pocket that. And I say, hey, can I eat another one? And I get 2 of those right in the face. Yeah, so it was just a good readout. I mean, I said to myself, okay, so he's standing about roll distance away, and he's on the ground. I should roll. And yeah, he punishes that. Good for him. But I do catch him right there. So I'm so flustered. I'm not really sure what to do, but except plant a mine, hopefully grab him in something and go from there. And that's what I do. So I managed to catch his whiff out and activate my mine myself. I'm so sad that mine didn't catch him. I feel like it should have. So he tries to punish me. He returns back to stage. I guess I should have just learned. If he's off stage, he's going to do that. But it's hard because you don't know if he's going to be offensive with it or defensive with it. And so do you shield? Do you try to do an attack to predict it? Shielding is probably your best bet and then just go from there. So I should have figured, I mean, this Pikachu is obviously a good player. He knows better than to just like do a smash attack, or not smash attack, side B right onto the stage. And that was a really good get, by the way. That's why planting mines when you can is good. Because with Isabelle, it's hard to secure kills. But something like that, when they just make a small error, you can get something. So I'm camping on the mine because I want to save it and I'd like to use it. I do grab that Thunderbolt though, and I do use that to my advantage and stuff like that. Like little things like that when you're playing the Pikachu matchup. When you can pocket it, it helps you stay defensive and it helps you do some sort of option that they're not really ready for. So not a bad idea to just grab it and try to use it against them, you know. So he tries to catch me there. It was well thought out. Until it wasn't, and you died. So sad. Well, here. I'll drink one to you. Oh, yes. Good old aquifer water. You can tell when it's aquifer water because when you drink it, you can sort of see in your head, oh man, that's going to cause like a pit hole in the center of the town in like 10 years if we keep draining that bad boy. But enough of that climate stuff and environmental stuff. So I play a Roy. I really like playing sword fighters. Usually it's a pretty tricky game. Sometimes I find that they can be pretty close. This one isn't, but I played this Roy a lot of times after this one, and just for like variety's sake, I didn't save any of the other replays, but honestly, props to this Rob. So if this Rob ever, or not Rob, excuse me, if this Roy ever watches this video, good job. Like, you started to really learn how I play Isabelle and read me as a player. Like, you're probably the better player than me. I find that once you learn Isabelle's couple of tells, or just a player's couple of tells, and you learn to adapt to them really well, you start to beat them. I don't think I lost any games to them, though, but they were close and scary, for sure. So I figure, what the hell. I mean, I can throw a fishing rod, and, you know, if he rolls back, maybe I'll catch him. If he rolls forward, well, you're donezo. That's what happened. So I expected him to go forward, but I think he DI'd. He seems like a skilled enough player to know to DI out of that one, so I don't get that. I should have done an air and up air instead, but oh, look at that mine placement. It almost is like that's useful. I should do that more. So just trying to be careful not to move my body into his options, where he's going to try to do a move a little bit forward. Instead of moving forward, try to get closer to the stage, you know, spending that time in the air, coming back down to specifically do an attack. So that's unfortunate. So I go ahead and stay over here. You know, he's going to activate my mind, but what the hell? I'll get 6 damage on you real quick. He does that move. I don't blame him. I got to go for something. Maybe I'll fall for it. Not that I was like trying to not fall for it, but I do get a good mine into an up air, and I do hit him with my up tilt, but yeah, that move has some armor on it, so it did damage, but it did not stop the move, which is good to know. So just be careful for that. If you're at high percentage, you got to be careful because he can get you with that in certain situations. Probably a jab setup will do that. So yeah, fishing hook, I don't know, man, like, I just do it too much. Like, you do it a couple of times and they get it, okay? They know not to do it. And so I could have, you know, he was giving me respect, so I should have, should have respected his respect and say, okay, well, I'm gonna fair you and then enter stage more. So I get a great grab right there, throw him off the edge, and then just run off down air. So, oh, we love that Isabelle cheese. We love that. Look at that face. She is so proud of herself. Those mines have hundreds of confirmed kills. I mean, she is the deadliest secretary of them all. So yeah, some good games today. I do feel like these games showed some improvement in particular, but we'll have to see how some of my other games fare in the next couple of days, considering, you know, I've dropped considerably in GSP. Maybe it's just me not, you know, being up to date on my training and practicing. Maybe it was because it was late. Maybe, you know, just some really good players, and I want to be playing good players. One thing I think I learned from those games that I really lost, though, that you kind of saw at the end of that Roy game is, I think what's so important with Isabelle is when I'm doing my combos and I'm doing my setups, when I'm getting my fairs, I'm getting my dash attacks, I need to get them off the stage with those things. It's so important that I'm able to take the game to where I feel most comfortable, and where I'm able to get those spikes, I'm able to get those edge guard situations. So what I need to get really good at is reading what the players are going to do to avoid getting thrown off the stage. Where are they most likely going to air dodge? Can I catch them with a fishing hook at this range? What's the combo to get me there? And that's something that I mean, unfortunately, it's something that I'm going to just learn with time, but I'm glad that I'm thinking about it now, so hopefully the time it takes to really start to settle that into my body, you know, like, lessons now that I'm really thinking about it. But yeah, just figuring out, when I start to get the momentum, and I just feel like I'm reading it, how do I not, you know, throw them back and forth around the stage? How do I get them out there, you know? There we go. How do I get them over there? How do we get them over there? That's what really matters. So hopefully you'll see a little bit of that logic in the next couple of games, and hopefully I improve a little bit on some of my failures from last night. But yeah. So thank you so much for watching and taking the time to see these videos. I really appreciate it. One advice for you: don't stand near the ledge.